Coming up next on BG24 News.
Bowling Green State University hosted a kids camp over the weekend. Find out how the university is reaching out to help surrounding communities.
And a local organization benefiting women could be shutting its doors.
Also, a local fraternity on BGSU's campus held its annual fundraiser last weekend, but this fundraiser comes with a dramatic twist.
Plus, a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 Sports. Welcome to your campus and community connection.
Wood County's live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Lucas Stahl.
And I'm Megan Gallagher. Our top story tonight. A Bowling Green woman has been found competent to stand trial. Rebecca Steinmiller will hold trial in the death of her 3-month-old son. Steinmiller's son died May 5th. The Wood County Coroner's Office ruled the death a homicide after finding abusive head trauma on the infant.
BGSU sorority Alpha Chi Omega will host a rape and suicide prevention talk in the Student Union on Sunday. Speaking at the event is Andrea Cooper, who has traveled to over 300 college campuses, giving her speech on rape and suicide prevention. Cooper started speaking out on the issue after her daughter committed suicide after being raped by a friend. Advocates trained to work with sexual assault victims will be able to meet in private with students during or after the event. The event is at 4 p.m. Sunday in the Linhart Grand Ballroom of the Student Union and is free of charge.
Dozens of local elementary school children swarmed to the University Recreation Center yesterday for the annual Schools Out Kids Camp. Reporter Matt Dunbar asked some of the kids why they keep coming back.
This is my 4th year and it's really fun, and we learn a lot.
Hannah is just one of 27 elementary school children who turned out Monday for the university's annual Schools Out Kids Camp. Held on President's Day each year, the camp provides children out of the ordinary ways to get active.
I think the draw is to try to attract kids whose parents are professionals and community members in the area that may not have the day off, and it provides them an outlet to have their kids in an activity.
The camp provides an alternative for children on President's Day, where they can engage in fun, fitness, and friends.
It's something different that they can give their kids, get their kids involved in throughout the year.
And it's recreational, so they're not just sitting around, they're exercising, they're learning as they're playing, and so they don't really realize that they're learning.
Director Micah Alt said the program has grown steadily since it began 3 years ago.
We have lots of facilities that are great for kids to come in and utilize, and they don't get that opportunity very often.
But 8-year-old camper Gage Ayers is less concerned with the facilities and more concerned about the activities themselves.
Every time we might go on the rock wall swimming and hang out in the room and play games, color.
But both campers and counselors agree that the Schools Out Kids Camp is a fun and unique approach to being healthy and making friends. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Matt Dunbar.
In addition to this adorable camp on Memorial Day, kids camps are also held for local children's spring and summer breaks. Spring break camp is April 1st through the 5th. We'll post a link to the Department of Recreation and Wellness on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BG24News for more information.
A dramatic kiss may be considered cheesy by some, but for Theta Alpha Phi and Mutts, a kissing scene is exactly what they consider to be a perfect fundraiser. BG24's Madeline Finning has more on the Kissathon and its special twist.
Even after Valentine's Day, university organizations Mutts and Theta Alpha Phi continue to spread the love. The two organizations collaborated for a night of performance featuring monologues, songs, and skits. Short films from University Film Organization and BG Reel were also featured. The annual event is unlike any other university show, with its steamy twist of every performance featuring a kiss. Even the university improv group, the Plastic Shatners, puckered up for limited preparation performance. But Kissathon was not just an evening of locked lips. The event was also an opportunity for audience members to donate to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. Theta Philanthropy Chair Sarah Maxwell says the enthusiasm inspired her.
I love the feeling of not just raising all this money, but seeing so many people get excited about raising the money and getting involved, because it's so easy to not think about other people. So when you spend, a couple hours on a Sunday at school because you care about someone other than yourself, it's a really nice feeling.
The night ended with presidents from both Mutz and Theta taking a pie to the face with ingredients such as SpaghettiOs, vinegar, sour cream, and more. The pies reflected the amount donated to the charity by adding more unconventional ingredients as donations increased. While Mutz president Kendra Beitzel believes raising money for charity was worth getting pied, she admits it wasn't the most pleasant experience.
It was terrifying. I was shaking. There was one moment when I thought I was going to cry.
While the pies and kisses were sloppy, the performances, generosity, and effort reflected the love and dedication these organizations have for charity and each other. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Madeline Fenning.
If you're interested in some action, you can contact Mutz or Theta Alpha Phi on Facebook.
The Bowling Green State University Black Student Union is celebrating their 44th anniversary today. The organization was in the Bowen-Thompson Union celebrating their achievement. We spoke with one member to find out what the Black Student Union is all about.
This month we're having a rave events, but in general we usually do things to, one, make a better place for African Americans on the campus. So if there's any issues or anything discriminatory, we try to combat that for students, give students a home. Today is our 44th birthday, so on February 19th, 1969, the organization was founded. So the way that we wanted to commemorate and celebrate that is by just having free cake today, giving out cake to anybody walking past, and just let them know that the Black Student Union was founded today.
A domestic violence prevention center is considering closing their doors. Reporter Aisha Mitchell talked with the owner to get answers as to why this helpful establishment could be shutting down.
A place where women in need of domestic violence relief may be closing its doors, but the legacy will live on. Alicia's Voice, located on Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, may be closing due to financial stresses after helping over 1,400 women in the Bowling Green area.
I knew after Alicia's death that something had to be done to prevent this happening to any other woman or to any other family. So that's why I started Alicia's Voice.
The organization came about when Kathy Newlove's daughter, Alicia, and family were killed by her ex-husband in 2007. And 10 days later, she opened up Alicia's Voice to help turn other victims into survivors. Newlove is still unsure as to whether she wants to close the headquarters, but she knows that she wants to continue to help women in need.
So we thought, okay, it's coming time for the rent on this building, which is March the 1st, and it's $5,000 for the year. So we thought, do we close the doors here and just use our monies for education for these women and save this $5,000 and put it towards education? We could put probably 3 women through school.
The legacy of Alicia will not stop here. Newlove plans to take a different stand on outreach by continuing to speak at schools and educating women.
I just want to keep doing this. It's my daughter's legacy, and I'm her voice. So I want to continue to help in any way I can.
Newlove and staff are currently taking donations in hopes to keep the headquarters doors open. You can make donations to Alicia's Voice by visiting their website. For BG24 News, I'm Aisha Mitchell.
You can visit aliciasvoice.org to make a monetary donation to the organization or visit the headquarters at 344 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green to drop off any donations. And now Heather Pollock joins us with a preview of your Black Swamp weather. Heather?
Thanks, Lucas. So the cold is back, and it brings a lot of wind and a little bit of flurries right now. It's not really sticking to the ground very much. Stay tuned, and I'll let you know exactly how long this cold snap is going to last, as well as the wind.
Coming up next.
Bowling Green State University held its annual President's Day event. Find out how students responded to the busy campus.
Plus, college tuition seems to be going up across the nation, and many students are turning to loans.
Plus, a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 sports. Orange bags and high school varsity jackets could be seen all over Bowling Green State University yesterday. Reporter Danielle Griffith has the answer to why campus was grounds for tourism.
On this year's President's Day, prospective students flooded BGSU's campus in hopes to find out what they like about this university. By the busload, prospective students and their parents came to BGSU for the biggest campus visit of the year. This event offers prospective students and admitted students a chance to see BGSU in action.
I chose to come here to BGSU because I like the campus. I like the student atmosphere.
More than 1,000 students and 3,000 people in all registered to attend on a day when high schools are closed but BGSU classes are in session. The Lynn Hart Grand Ballroom in the Bowen Thompson Student Union was the center of all things BGSU. This gave students the opportunity to talk one-on-one to see what they liked about BGSU, rather than what sets them apart from the rest. Prospective student Autumn Flory wanted to make sure that BGSU coincided with some of the things that she's currently learning at her high school.
So my worry for college was not being able to find a place that was up to the standards. And I got to sit in and watch a few of the dance classes, and I absolutely love them. Like, this is where I want to go, and it's awesome here.
From the friendly campus to that awesome Falcon Pride, President's Day was an outstanding opportunity for BGSU to shine. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Danielle Griffith.
For any other prospective students that could not attend this year's President's Day, an appointment for a tour can be made with Admissions Advisor online at www.choose.bgsu.edu or by calling BGSU's admissions office at 419-372-BGSU.
President Obama announced a new scoring system for college universities last Tuesday. This new system will allow prospective students to compare the cost of universities with the quality of their education. Bowling Green State University officials say they are pleased with the university's rankings. The new ranking system uses 5 categories to determine a university's score: cost, graduation rate, median borrowing, employment, and loan default rate. Bowling Green State University ranks high in graduation rate and in the median range for costs. Check out how the university fares against other college universities on our Facebook page.
And speaking of college tuition, some students are looking at other ways to save money when it comes to paying for college. As CNN's Karen Kaffa finds out, student loans may not be the right choice.
For high school seniors awaiting acceptance letters or grown-ups pondering a career change that requires further education, tuition costs can be a major factor in deciding where to go to school. With Americans carrying more than $1 trillion in student loan debt, Bankrate.com looked at some of the lesser-known ways to cut college costs, starting with state tuition aid. In addition to federal aid programs, states hand out billions in aid each year to qualified students. Another route to consider: loan forgiveness for in-demand professions like teachers, healthcare, and legal defense, either through federal or state programs. Bankrate also says college goers should be aware of the Academic Common Market. It's a cooperative between 14 southern states, Delaware, and Maryland that allows students to pay in-state tuition rates outside of their home state if their field of study isn't offered at a public university in the state where they live. And if multiple siblings are headed to the same college at the same time, contact the school's financial aid office to inquire about a family discount.
Coming up next.
A Kentucky Fried Chicken employee is in hot water after posting controversial images on her Facebook.
Also, we have an update on the graffiti incident that took place in front of Coach Lewis Orr's home. Stay with us.
Now, Wood County's live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp weather.
Good evening, Wood County. I'm your weathercaster, Heather Pauloff, here with your Black Swamp weather forecast. Let's talk about our current conditions. Right now, we're sitting at about 23 degrees, but actually it feels like 5 degrees out there with those winds coming out of the west at 30 miles per hour. We are seeing some flurries out there, and of course, it is very windy. For tonight's forecast, we're dipping down to about 16 degrees. With those snow showers still sticking around, they will be tapering off throughout the evening, though, with a chance of snow relatively about 60%. Those winds are going to still be coming out of the west at about 25 miles per hour. And for tomorrow's forecast, those winds will still stay up there at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. The temperature will be up a little less than 30 degrees, with those flurries still around. Sunrise will be at 7:22 in the morning. and tomorrow night's forecast. Dipping down to the mid-teens with partly cloudy skies. Humidity will be at about 61%, so with the air a little bit more dry, we won't really see any snow. Winds will still be out of the northwest at 15 miles per hour. And taking a look at our national precipitation map right here, we see this low pressure hanging over Michigan, and it is spinning and it is bringing in bands of snow off of out of the Chicago area, and we will be seeing those throughout the evening. And as you can take a look closer to Toledo, we can see these snow bands coming in. There won't be much precipitation out of these, maybe an inch, but mostly a dusting for most areas. And taking a look at our temperatures as well, Toledo and Bowling Green area, we're sitting at about 23 degrees right now. However, with the winds coming out of the west, we will be seeing some of these lower temperatures coming in for tonight. And taking a look at our 5-day forecast, for Wednesday we will be seeing some flurries. Thursday the sun will be coming out just a little bit, but the snow and rain will be coming back for Friday. However, temperatures will be getting up almost to 40, so that's nice to see after today with the cold and the winds out there. So it's definitely a nice, it is cold right now, but it definitely will be warming up. So just kind of hold on, you know, don't let that wind blow you away.
All right, well, thanks, Heather. A photo of a Kentucky Fried Chicken worker appearing to lick a tub of mashed potatoes is causing quite a stir on the internet. The photo has had more than 2,000 shares and over 700 likes on Facebook, causing KFC to respond. KFC has said food safety is very important to them and that immediate action was taken against the employees responsible for the picture. Both the employees in the photo and the employer were terminated.
And to update now on the racial graffiti incident that took place at men's basketball coach Louis Orr's home last year. Coach Orr has accepted the apology of the 2 men involved in the incident. The men involved were accused of painting the words "White Power" and a swastika in front of Orr's home. Both perpetrators were found guilty of criminal mischief, ordered to perform community service, and were placed on probation.
And now Jacqueline Elliott joins us for a first look at BG24 Sports. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Megan. Coming up next, scores from men's and women's basketball action and ice hockey finished their series with Ferris State off. All that and more coming up next on BG24 Sports.
It's unfalcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Welcome back to BG24 Sports. I'm Jacqueline Elliott. BG men's basketball looks to keep their momentum as they headed to Akron on Saturday. They fell short in a tough 67-50 loss on the road. Although the Falcons suffered the loss, sophomore Rashawn Holmes broke BG's single-season block shots record. Holmes entered the game with 58 blocks on the season and broke the record when he reached 62 blocks. The Falcons are now 10-15 overall and 5-7 in the MAC. The next game will be at the Show this Thursday, at 7 p.m. against New Orleans. The greatest year for potential, that's how BGSU gymnastic coach Carrie Beach describes the Falcons season.
I think that meet where we hit that 194 was really special because we got as close as you could get last year with a 193.975, but we never hit that mark. So that was really exciting for the team to take a step back and say, you know what, this year is different. We are able to achieve those goals. And that meet wasn't perfect for us. So knowing that we can go well beyond it is just truly so exciting. And we have 6 more meets to gain scores to try to get to the postseason.
Women's basketball defeated Northern Illinois this weekend with a strong team shooting effort from behind the three-point line. Seniors Danielle Havel and Chrissy Steffen each scored 14 points in a 60-49 effort. They also combined for 7 of the Falcons' 10 three-pointers. The Falcons now improved to 16-8 overall and 7-4 in the MAC. And they also remain in second place in the MAC East Division behind Akron. BG will host Akron this Wednesday at the Stro. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Now over to ice hockey. The Falcons split their series with Ferris State this past weekend. On Friday, the Falcons fought from behind to defeat Ferris State in a 2-1 overtime win. Junior Cam Motella and sophomore Ryan Carpenter both scored for the Falcons. Saturday, the Falcons fought a tough battle with the Bulldogs, but came up short in the 4-3 loss. Freshman goalie Tommy Burke stopped 16 of 20 shots in the loss. The Falcons are now 12-15-5 overall and 9-12-3 in the CCHA. BG is back in action for their last regular season home games against Northern Michigan. Puck is set to drop at 7:05. Spring is quickly approaching, and you know what that means. It's time for men's baseball and women's softball. The BG men's baseball team started off their 2013 season this past weekend with a series against Western Kentucky. On Friday, the Falcons were leading the Hilltoppers 8-1 after just 2 innings, but WKU fought back and took BG into extra innings. The Falcons were able to get it done in the 10th inning as a single by sophomore Brian Bean brought home junior Patrick Lancaster to seal the 9-8 victory. The next night, BG was able to capture another win against the Hilltoppers. Brian Bean once again locked in the victory with an RBI. Falcons won 3-2. On Sunday, BG were looking to get the sweep over the Hilltoppers, but fell short 4-3. However, the Falcons still won their first opening series since 2007. The baseball team will head back to Kentucky this weekend as they face Murray State in the 3-game series. Now over to women's softball. The Falcons snagged their first victory of the season as they defeated George Washington University on Friday 1-0. Paige Berger with an RBI. BG will travel to Georgia this weekend to play 5 games. And now a look ahead to this week's upcoming home games. Women's basketball hosts Akron tomorrow night at 7. Also, men's basketball will take on New Orleans on Thursday at the Stroh. Tip-off at 7. And ice hockey wraps up their home season as they host Northern Michigan on Friday and Saturday. Puck drops at 7:05. Be sure to head out and support your Falcons. That's all for BG24 Sports. I'm Jacqueline Elliott, and we'll be right back.
And now let's get a last look at our Black Swamp weather forecast with Heather Pauloff. Heather.
So right now it does feel like it's about 5 degrees outside, but just sit tight and it will get a lot warmer. The winds will subside and it'll feel a lot better this coming weekend.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yes, that's it for BG24 News.
For Lucas Dahl, Heather Pauloff, and Jacqueline Elliott, I'm Megan Gallagher. Thanks for watching.